Lindsay slams accusations regarding reason for divorce. January 11, 2025. Hello, Bachelor Nation news fans. Welcome back to the channel. Former Bachelorette Lindsay is opening up a little more about her divorce from Bryan. Their divorce was finalized on January 7 after a year of negotiations. She was ordered to pay him $500,000 as part of their settlement. Now, she is speaking more about things that have been said about her over the past year. Keep reading to find out what she has to say. Lindsay slams critics. Former Bachelorette Lindsay opened up a bit more about her divorce on her podcast, Higher Learning. There are a few things she wanted to address now the divorce is officially finalized. She started out by saying, "I'm divorced, thank you God." Bryan lived in their home with her for 7 months after filing for divorce. When he moved out, she noted the divorce felt final to her. Now she's glad it's all finally complete. She went on to say there is a lot she wants to say, and she will soon. However, for now, she said there have been a lot of things being said about her that are not accurate. Rachel said, "There's so many things that I want to address, but this is all I'm going to say right now. There comes a point in a divorce where you don't just have to be the bigger person. When someone is fighting and fighting you in this way, and willing to die on every hill and not willing to compromise at all, for whatever reason they have, and I'll talk about that later, you have to, at one point, let go and just be the bigger person and prioritize what is most important to you." She admits she had to make concessions she didn't want to, but her peace of mind was more important. One thing she did say now is that the narrative that she was choosing her career over marriage and having a family was not true. She said, "Those things are emphatically so not true. And to see people run with that because it's the low-hanging fruit and it fits a certain stereotype was really hurtful, and I can't wait to fully talk about those things." Will she ever get married again? Lindsay also touched on whether or not she will ever get married again in the future. Right now, she says she can't even fathom the thought of getting married again. Rachel said she knew she would never get married again without a prenup. But she's not sure she would ever get married, period. It may not be in the cards for her at all. Her entire perspective on it all has changed after going through it all with Bryan. Regardless, Rachel is glad her divorce is final and she can move forward. What will she say next? Stay tuned for more that she made compromises and concessions she never wanted to make because, at the end of the day, her peace of mind was worth more than holding on to every detail of the battle. Rachel and Bryan's divorce made headlines repeatedly over the past year. Reports suggested that Bryan was reluctant to let go, dragging out the process and insisting on living in their shared home for 7 months after filing. Rachel admitted that while this prolonged living arrangement was far from ideal, it cemented her realization that the marriage was truly over. "When he moved out, that was the moment I felt free. The divorce felt real. It felt final." For Rachel, that moment was the beginning of reclaiming her independence and moving forward. However, the public had its own theories. Many fans and media outlets speculated that Rachel, a successful attorney, television host, and podcaster, had put her career above her relationship. This narrative was particularly hurtful to Rachel, who pushed back against the stereotype. "The idea that I would choose work over my marriage, over having a family, it's emphatically not true. People see what they want to see, and it's always the low-hanging fruit that fits a certain stereotype." Rachel expressed frustration that her hard-earned success was being weaponized against her, particularly because this type of accusation disproportionately affects women in high-profile careers. Navigating the emotional toll. As Rachel continued to open up on her podcast, she shared the emotional toll the divorce took on her. From the legal battles to the public scrutiny, Rachel admitted there were moments when she doubted herself and her decisions. But ultimately, she stood firm in prioritizing her mental health and well-being. "I didn't make this decision lightly. I didn't walk away from my marriage because it was easy. I walked away because it was necessary. There's a difference. Rachel's words highlighted the complexity of divorce, especially when it plays out in the public eye. While fans of The Bachelorette rooted for Rachel and Bryan when they met on season 13 of the show, their split served as a reminder that reality TV love stories don't always translate seamlessly into real life. Why marriage might not be in her future. When asked whether she'd ever consider getting married again, Rachel was refreshingly honest. Right now, I can't even fathom the thought of getting married again. My entire perspective on love, marriage, and relationships has shifted. If I ever did, it would be with a prenup, no question. Rachel admitted that her experience with Bryan had left her questioning the traditional institution of marriage altogether. While she hasn't ruled out the possibility of finding love again, she's more focused on personal growth and healing. Marriage may not be in the cards for me anymore, and that's okay. I've realized I can live a full, happy life without it. Public reaction and support. Rachel's candid revelations sparked a wave of support from fans and followers. Many took to social media to applaud her transparency and strength, especially in addressing the double standards women often face in divorce narratives. One fan tweeted, "Rachel Lindsay is the definition of grace under pressure. To see her defend herself so eloquently against false accusations is inspiring." Another wrote, "Rachel didn't just survive her divorce, she's thriving. It's a reminder that women don't have to settle or apologize for putting themselves first." However, not all reactions were positive. Some critics continued to perpetuate the idea that Rachel's ambition was the root cause of her marital troubles. To this, Rachel responded, "People are always going to talk. They're going to project their own insecurities onto your life. That's not my burden to carry." A new chapter. As Rachel moves forward, she's focused on rebuilding her life on her own terms. She's poured her energy into her career, her friendships, and causes close to her heart. Rachel also teased that she may share more details about her divorce in the future, hinting at a potential book or interview series where she'll dive deeper into her experiences. There's so much more to this story, and I'm not afraid to tell it when the time is right. For now, Rachel is choosing peace over conflict and clarity over chaos. Final thoughts. Rachel Lindsay's story is a powerful reminder that divorce isn't the end. It can be a new beginning. Her decision to address the false narratives and speak her truth shows the resilience and strength she's become known for. As she continues to navigate this new chapter, one thing is clear: Rachel Lindsay isn't looking back. What do you think about Rachel's revelations and her journey post-divorce? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Bachelor Nation News for more updates on your favorite stars. Stay tuned for the next story, Bachelor Nation.